This is Laika Maravilla, a registered psychometrician, a trying hard educator, motivational speaker, and author, and it's time for us to share stories, insights, and lessons as we keep trying hard to be better together. I was looking through the TikTok comments account ko the other day, and someone asked if I still feel anxious sometimes. And I let out a huge laugh because the truth is I'm always anxious. How do I deal with that? That's what we're going to talk about in this new Trying Hard with Laika podcast episode. Alright, so if you're listening to this episode because the title is about living with anxiety and you feel anxious sometimes, maybe all the time, then I'm hoping that this episode can help you. But before we dive into that, just a quick little disclaimer, this is not a replacement for proper treatment, for therapy, for meds, no? So if any of you feel that you are hampered, that there's a certain level ng mabigat na anxiety, that you're unable to function normally as other people do, please seek out professional help. Okay? So again, this is just me sharing my story. Hopefully, makatulong yung tips ko sa inyo. If it doesn't work, please go and seek out professional help. Wala pa ring substitute for that. And I myself, I go through that. I have went through that. I'm still going through it. Yung process na yun, it's not easy. And yes, it can be expensive. But there are other free alternatives naman if you just really look for it. It's just hard. Yun lang yung masasabi ko. But go and seek professional help. Okay? So again, this is not enough. Inuuna ko na yan. Now, let's talk about living with anxiety. I've said this a number of times before, and it's not something I'm ashamed of, honestly. Not anymore, at least. I am living with anxiety. I have social anxiety, and on really bad days, it could be really rough. One of the things na I'm going through right now is a certain level of anxiety that's preventing me from creating content. Sa totoo lang. I think I can get away with it sa podcasts kasi una sa lahat, I can edit the stuff out na hindi ko gustong ilagay, like me stuttering too much or me losing words na kailangan kong sabihin or going through the words too fast naman, na-omit ko na yung mga words. Like, I make those mistakes naman regularly. Pero what I really struggle with right now is creating videos. And if there are any of you who follow me sa social media accounts ko, sa TikTok especially, kasi I used to post up to 4 videos on TikTok every day on each of my accounts. So I have 2 accounts. So I used to post 4 each day on both of them. So that's 8 videos a day that I used to produce for TikTok. Ngayon, I barely get by with 1 video per day. Sa Team Laika na TikTok account, sa totoo lang, puro quick quiz na rin yung pinopost ko kasi I'm having a harder and harder time talking to the camera. And I'm not saying that's ideal, no? Pero it's, what I would say, it's normal for me. Because this does happen sa akin. May mga periods of time that my anxiety gets the better of me, that I'm unable to perform in a way na gusto ko or even expected of me ng maraming tao. So I am anxious. I get anxious and sometimes I get too anxious. But the first thing we need to talk about is the difference between living in anxiety versus living with anxiety. And if any of you are living in anxiety right now, I'm hoping that this episode and me sharing my story can kind a little bit prod you towards moving dun sa situation na you're no longer living in anxiety, but you're now living with anxiety. And again, the process wasn't easy for me, and it still isn't easy for me. It's hard, sa totoo lang. And because it's hard, I learned a lot, and yun yung ituturo ko or i-share ko sa inyo ngayon. Now, ano muna ba yung difference living in anxiety at living with anxiety? Kapag living in kasi, ibig sabihin you are in constant distress. Diba? Parang ang mental image natin here would be ikaw, tas sinilid ka sa ilalim or sa loob ng isang container Tapos, anxiety is just being poured over you. Diba? Parang resin lang. Na-encase ka na. So, you are living in anxiety. Nasa loob ka ng anxiety. Everywhere you look, there's anxiety. Now, anong difference niya doon sa living with anxiety? Ang sa akin, living with anxiety is a lot like, walking around with a backpack. Yun yung mental image ko sa kanya. So, instead of me being swallowed by my anxiety, living with anxiety is having this container of anxiety sa loob ng backpack ko that I have to lug around. It gets heavy the more I walk. Sometimes, kailangan ko siya ilapag. Di ba? Sometimes, kailangan ko siyang harapin. Sometimes, kailangan ko huminto para ipahinga yung tuhod ko na masakit na kasi mabigat siya. Pero ang importante is that I'm trudging along. Yun yung living with anxiety. So, let's talk about 3 important things that we need to define when it comes to this. The first thing and most important thing that we need to define is the difference between fear and anxiety. Now, let me borrow words from the DSM na lang when it comes to defining fear. Sabi ng Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. So, yan ang parang kumbaga, sabi nga nila parang it's like the Bible of psychologists. No? Basically, it's from the American Psychiatric Association. The definition of fear in that book, ito yung 5th edition by the way, is that it is an emotional response to a known or definite threat. Okay? So, it's emotional response to a known, hindi unknown ha, unknown. Isang threat that you know and that is definite, it's defined. Ibig sabihin, the danger is real, definite, and immediate. It's real, as in nandyan talaga siya. It's definite, ibig sabihin, alam mo kung sino siya, kung ano siya. And it's immediate, ibig sabihin, parating na siya, or nandyan na siya. Okay, the danger is really there. It's physically there. There's a clear and present object of the fear. That is what fear is. So when I give talks defining this, I say na parang, kumbaga kung takot ka sa aso, right? And may aso sa harap mo. Ang tawag dyan, fear. Kasi nandiyan yung aso eh. It's a real, definite, and immediate threat. Hinahabol ka ng aso. So that is what fear is. Anxiety is different. Kasi, ang definition, okay, ng anxiety, I'm getting this from one of, sabihin natin, the biggest textbooks na ginagamit. This is from Kaplan and Sadok's Synopsis of Psychiatry. Anxiety is a diffuse, unpleasant, vague sense of apprehension. Okay? So, it's diffuse, unpleasant siya, pero it's vague. Pag sabing vague, medyo malabo. So, kung definite yung sa fear, yung anxiety, it's vague. And it's often a response to an imprecise or unknown threat. Unknown na siya, hindi na siya known. Hindi siya known, it's unknown. It's an imprecise or unknown threat. So, it's like, takot ako sa aso, I'm walking down the street, there's no dog around me, pero I still fear like I'm scared. Diba? I still feel like I'm scared. I still feel the same way. My heart is pounding in my ears. Pinagpapawisan ako ng malamig. There's this feeling ng apprehension even if there's no trigger or no threat. That is what anxiety is. And if you look at my struggle with social anxiety, totoo naman siya eh. What's the worst thing that a person can do when they meet me? One of the things that I'm most afraid of is being in a social situation with strangers. Okay? Okay lang sa akin kapag big crowd. So, if I'm going to give a talk, sabihin na natin to students, I'm going to come up on stage, give a talk, that's fine by me kasi may purpose, may defined purpose yung gagawin ko. Nag-prepare ako ng speech ko, alam ko yung gagawin ko. Pero kung kunwari, I'm eating outside and then someone comes over and starts a conversation with me, kadalasan nagpa-panic attack ako. I'm getting better and better at it, sa totoo lang. Challenge ko rin yung sarili ko to engage in small talk or to talk to strangers even. Mag-order sa sa fast food or mag-order sa drive-thru, which is something that I try to avoid as much as possible. Dati. Pero I'm trying to challenge that nga. Pero yung anxiety ko, kaya siya anxiety. Kasi anong gagawin nila sa akin, di ba? What's the worst thing that they can do to me? Would they kill me? Diba? If someone wants to talk to you in public, would they hurt you, physically hurt you? Probably not, right? So there's no immediate threat, but the feeling is there. That is what anxiety is. And so it's hard sometimes to think about anxiety kasi a lot of people would say, yun nga, wala namang kailangan ikatakot ba't takot na takot ka? Wala namang threat sa life mo or anything, pero bakit ganyan yung reaction mo? And a lot of people don't understand what anxiety is. Kasi feeling nila kaba lang yan, just get over it, get over yourself. But when your anxiety is worse than other people's, it really can be debilitating. Kasi hindi ka makakilos, hindi ka makaisip, wala kang magawang iba. Okay? Nakaka-paralyze siya. So that's the difference between fear and anxiety. It's like feeling the same effects of fear but without a precise threat, and mas malungkot without yung timeline that comes with fear. Kasi one thing that not a lot of people talk about is if you're just afraid, if you're actually afraid, kapag wala na yung aso sa harap mo, di ba, nakaalis na siya, tinawag na siya ng boss niya, okay ka na kasi wala na yung aso eh. So wala na yung fear. Without the trigger, there's no fear. But when you are living with anxiety, because hindi nga precise yung threat, hindi rin siya immediate, kahit na supposedly the storm has passed, you still feel the same way. So extended siya. Extended yung stress mo, extended yung fear mo, yung kaba mo, extended siya. So it's really hard to live like that. Okay? So the first challenge would be, ano ba yung nararamdaman mo? Is it fear or is it anxiety? Now, if it truly is anxiety, how do we deal with it? Yan yung pag-uusapan natin next. Okay?
Siya yung bumibili ng planner, taon-taon kasi New Year, New You. Oo. Pero hindi niya naman sinusulatan. Kasi daw pangit yung sulat niya, sayang yung papel. Tapos minsan, January, okay pa, sinusulatan niya, ginagamit niya. February, okay pa. Tapos susunod niyang bubuksan, September na. Ganun ka rin ba? Ako rin kasi, kaya nga gumawa ko ng sarili kong planner. Ito ang planner na para sa mga try-hard, kagaya ko. At dahil hindi nakakahiya maging trying hard, mas nakakahiya to not try at all, nilagay na natin sa cover mismo. This planner is undated, kaya pwede mo simulan gamitin kahit kailan. At kung makakalimutan gamitin pwede mong gamitin ulit. Walang masasayang na papel. But I should warn you, this planner is not for everyone. Parang yung podcast natin. Others may look at it and say it's too much or it's too messy. Pero I made these choices para hindi kayo mahiyang gamitin. This is the kind of planner you can use and abuse. Aside from the monthly spread, weekly spread, at yung task list, meron din siyang mga activity sheets that you can use sa inyong journey sa personal development. At kung ready ka na bumili para sa'yo o para panregalo, you can go to bit.ly/tryinghard planner. And for the first 100 orders hanggang November 30, I will also include a dedication kung gusto nyo lang naman. You just let us know dun sa notes kung kaninong pangalan ang isusulat. Now, I always tell you to dream big, work hard, and start now. This planner right here is actually one of my big dreams, so thank you all for making it come true.
Okay, now that you know the difference between fear and anxiety, pag-uusapan na natin yung kung paano ka mabubuhay with it. How do you cope with it? And the first thing na pag-usapan natin is another versus. Kasi lahat to versus Fear versus anxiety kanina. Ngayon, we're going to talk about fight versus flight. A lot of people, when they have anxiety or when something causes them anxiety, for example, sa akin kasi, hindi na siya anxiety na hindi ko naman masasabi na hindi ko alam kung saan nanggagaling. Although there are days na, again, it's worse than others, there's a special push when it comes to social settings. Kaya it's social anxiety nga. But whenever I'm anticipating a situation, I'm going to be around people or I'm going to have a meeting with strangers, laging merong temptation nung instinct nung fight or flight instinct. Now, just a quick recap. I know you probably already know this, but ang fight or flight basically works like this. You either stay, okay, dun sa situation. You either face, sabihin na natin the situation, yun yung fight, or flight, which is tatakbo ka or iiwasan mo. Okay? But the idea is, because of adrenaline, kasi nga, again, meron tayong trigger, napaprompt tayo, feeling natin we're in a dangerous situation, you have extra energy to either fight or fly away or avoid the situation. Now, when it comes to anxiety, a lot of people choose flight. Simply because you don't know what fighting entails pagdating sa anxiety. Kung fear kasi, madaling maintindihan eh. Again, picture a dog. Now, again, I'm not in any way encouraging animal abuse, okay? That's really not a good thing. But the idea lang would be, okay, let's just use an ipis as an example, no? Sana wala namang ipis wherever you are right now. Pero kung kunwari takot ka sa ipis, tapos may ipis in front of you, fight or flight eh. You either fight the ipis, kill the ipis, get rid of it, yung source ng fear mo, or flight. Gayahin mo ako, magtatatakbo ka, di ba? Iwasan mo yung ipis, sumigaw ka, takbuhan mo yung ipis. Laging ganun eh, kung fear yung pinag-uusapan. But with anxiety kasi, I think a lot of people find it easier to choose flight over fight. Kasi nga hindi natin alam what fighting entails. Kasi anong gagawin mo? Bububugin mo yung kaba mo. Di ba? Hindi naman nangyayari yun. Or hahampasin mo yung nervyos mo. Wala namang ganong mangyayari. It's really not like that. Kasi nga, again, the threat is imprecise and unknown. So what people do is they design their lives around their anxiety. Iniiwasan nila. And I'm not one to encourage you to do that simply because if we do that with everything that causes us anxiety, eventually, baka masyadong maliit yung mundong kailangan nating galawan. And I do know that there are times, like kahit sa akin, di ba, na parang masyadong na-overwhelm ako ng anxiety ko, so hindi ako nag-film ng maraming videos. Yun, di ba, ibig sabihin, pwede mo na talaga siyang iwasan. Pero because this is my work, hindi naman pwede na bigla akong mawala or bigla akong huminto. So what can I do kung ayaw kong mag-flight? Yun yung pag-uusapan natin sa susunod. But again, let's talk about how flight or how avoiding the source of your anxiety or the cause of your anxiety isn't a long-term solution to things. And I want you to get to that point. If you're not there right now, that's perfectly fine. But I want you to get to that point na you can say na, okay, ayoko na ng ganito. Masyado na nalilimit yung potential ko at yung room ko for growth. Kung lahat ng mga speaking engagements magno-no ako, kung lahat ng social functions hindi ako mag-attend. I want you guys to get to the point na you start saying yes kahit sa maliliit na mga bagay muna hanggang masanay kayo. Because one thing na hindi alam ng lahat ng tao about me is that, you know, even yung, sabihin natin, relationship ko with YouTube, as in the company, Google the company, it didn't come easy. I was invited to a number of smaller Creator Day gatherings bago ako naging part ng Next Up. And etong totoo, yung first ever Creator Day invite na nakuha ko, hindi ako nag-reply or hindi ako nag-attend. Kasi sabi ko, I can't be in a room with my social anxiety. I can't be in a room with vloggers kasi you know how creators can be, right? Kasi gusto nila ng collab, mga sociable, extroverted person sila. So they will chat you up. Sabi ko, hindi ko kaya. The second invite I got, I said yes to. But the truth is, I had my sister, si Ate Abby, and Leia, come with me. So, hinatid nila ako dun sa venue. Sinundo rin nila ako. And actually, hindi sila lumayo. Nandun lang sila sa area na yun. I think they could also sense na hindi ako masyadong okay. Kasi nga, manervyos ako in social situations. Hindi lang kasi pwede magsama eh. Dahil very strict sila sa attendance. Pero kung meron din akong opportunity na magsama, isasama ko sila. Ganun ako ka-scared. But I showed up. And you know what I did? Because I was anxious, I sat at the table na pinaka malayo dun sa stage. Kasi nga, again, they are chatty, extroverted creators, no? So, syempre, they would flock to yung mga upuan malapit sa stage. Nagchichikahan na sila, nagbabonding na silang ganon. Nakaupo ako dun sa dulong table. Na ang katabi ko pala, or tumabi na sa akin, ay someone who was working in YouTube. Kasi ano na yun, table na for the organizers pala, table na para dun sa mga nasa dulo, or overflow table na siya just in case mapupuno yung venue. So, tapos siya talaga nagsabi sa akin, oh, you should sit there, like talk to the people. Pero hanggang dun lang ako. And you know what? Hindi ko nga tinapos yung event na yun eh. Hindi ko siya tinapos kasi sobrang na-overwhelm na ako. So, I left early. I made an excuse. I have to leave. I have to go. And then I stepped out. Pagkakuha ko nung aking YouTube notebook at YouTube pen na, na giveaway, umalis na ako. Now, the next YouTube Creator Day that came, hindi na ako nagpahatid. Okay? Commute na ako papunta dun sa venue. So, it was somewhere in Makati. Tapos, sa totoo lang, I was so anxious na I had the taxi driver stop 2 blocks before the restaurant. Now, bakit? Kasi I wanted to walk to the place. Kasi kung maglalakad ako, di ba, kung magsasakay ka kasi sa taxi, kung maganda 2 kembot na lang, nandun ka na sa location. So, hindi ko mape-prepare yung self ko. Hindi pa ako ready. Hindi pa ako ready pumasok sa venue. So, ginawa ko, bumaba na ako 2 blocks away, tapos naglakad ako pupunta dun sa venue. And just to calm myself down, para ilabas ko yung physical na tension na nararamdaman ko. For that event, I challenged myself to stay until the end. And to sit sa table na may mga tao. Which I did. And kahit pa paano naman, yun, I talked to people who were talking to me. So, they were strangers. There were a couple of kids na yung, kasi mahilig sila na parang, hello po, what's your name? What's your channel? Ganun. So, kahit pa paano nakapag-interact naman ako with them. The next YouTube event that I went to, I challenged myself to talk to strangers. Sabi ko, sige, I'll talk to 3 strangers right now. This is actually something na ginagawa rin pala ng ibang mga creators who are anxious like me. When I went to YouTube Educator Camp sa India, one of the featured creators with us was one of the pioneers ng YouTube educator scene in the States. And she was a lot like me. So anxious din siya, ninilabas din siya sa social gatherings. At sabi niya sabi niya sa akin, ang ginagawa niya daw is challenge niya yung sarili niya na I'll talk to 3 strangers. Before I allow myself to leave this event, I will approach 3 strangers and engage in small talk. So siya rin ginagawa niya, ako rin ginagawa ko. That is how you conquer yung fear. That is how you live with it. Yun yung masasabi ko. So again, huwag nyo laging takasan. Like if kailangan mabagal, if kailangan kaunti lang or maliit lang yung step, it's okay. Kasi as long as it's in the right direction, even the tiniest step can make a difference. Mas mahirap yung you're moving sa maling direction, tas you're taking huge strides, di ba? Mas mapapalayo ka dun sa goal mo. So sa fight versus flight, I hope kahit pa paano, piliin natin yung fight. Now, how do you fight? Medyo na-explain ko na kanina, no, yung kung paano ko ginawa. So it's like a systematic na parang exposure dun sa nagiging cause ng anxiety ko. But there's another verses that we need to talk about, which is fake versus forge. This one I came up with. People would say kasi all the time, fake it till you make it. Diba? Narinig nyo na yan probably. Okay, sige, may presentation tayo, may thesis defense tayo, may anxiety ka, natatakot ka, kinakabahan ka. Fake it till you make it, right? A lot of people say that. And true, to a certain extent, it could be effective. Parang feign confidence, diba? Magpanggap ka na confident ka, stand up straight. It's true, it has a lot of positive effects. My only thing is, if you keep faking it, there are cases or there are situations that it will eventually catch up on you. So, or catch up with you. So, hindi mo na siya kayang i-fake. Masyado ka nang ma-overwhelm. Or, sometimes people will call you out. Na parang, confident ka ba talaga? Or are you faking yung confidence mo? And then you get, parang maano ka, baka ma-catch ka off guard, hindi mo alam kung paano sagutin yun. So, even if, sabi natin, fake it till you make it works to a certain extent, and you can try to start with that. My goal for you is to get to a point na it's not about faking it. It's about forging on. Now, ano ba yung muna yung word na forge? I like this word kasi hindi lang dahil F din siya, no? But I like the word forging on or the phrase forging on kasi the word forge itself is yung pagawaan ng sword. Okay? So, kapag you're going to forge something, ibig sabihin nun, gagawa ka ng usually weapon. You're going to forge a knife, a sword. It's the process of hammering a piece of iron, a bar ng iron into a weapon. And the process is like this. When you're forging something, diba? Imagine niyo na lang yung mga montage ng paggawa ng sword sa mga pelikula, right? Ano nangyayari? Yung piece of iron na as dull as anything, it's just a normal slab of iron. What do? Diba? Nilalagay nila yon, una sa lahat, minimelt yon. I-melt muna lahat. I-melt, tapos ilalagay sa, sabihin na natin, shape. Tapos hahayaan i-cool. Kapag hindi naman ifo-fold yung steel, 'di ba? Ifo-fold yung steel using a hammer, 'di ba? Hatawin 'yon, hatawin ng hammer. Tapos, it doesn't stop with that. Hindi lang hammer. Sa metaphor na 'to, yung pagha-hammer dun sa sword, it's the experience eh. It's your exposure to whatever is the cause of your anxiety. Hindi lang siya one time na hinahammer, tas okay na. 'Di ba? Hindi siya yung, nairaos mo na yung thesis mo, you're done. Okay ka na for the rest of your life. It's not like that when you're living with anxiety. What happens pag gumagawa ka ng weapon or gumagawa ka ng sword? You hammer it in shape, pero hindi pa yung final shape. Anong ginagawa nung blacksmith? Ipapasok niya uli sa apoy. Okay? Ipapasok niya uli sa forge. I-expose niya yung blade sa heat, sa pressure, sa intense na heat. So there's always this repetitive na task of sitting there, 'di ba? Being in the source, sitting in the source of your anxiety, being with that, living with your anxiety, and then they would pull it out, 'di ba, at the right time, and then start hammering it again. So hahampasin uli, 'di ba? Yun na naman, may triggers ka na naman, may exposure ka na naman, magsasalita ka na naman. After some time, 'di ba? Pag malamig na uli, ipapasok uli sa apoy. Now that is the idea of the forge. And the phrase forge on is a lot like continuing on or carrying on. Kahit na mabigat, or babalik tayo dun sa mental image na sinabi ko sa inyo when it comes to living with anxiety, it's like walking around with a heavy backpack. That is what forging on is. Na even if I have this heavy backpack with me, ang bigat-bigat nito, hirap na hirap ako, I'll take one step at a time. Just one foot in front of another, talagang lakad lang, tuloy lang tayo. Just carry on. You have to forge on. Don't just fake it. Forge on. That is what I want you to do. That is what I encourage you to do. That is what I'm trying to do every day of my life. Now, why do I say that? Kasi, the thing with anxiety is there's a possibility, a chance that it may never go away. And I come face to face with that reality every day because I have good days then. Ba? Days where I speak sa sabihin natin 5 events back to back. And itatawid siya na hindi ako masyadong kinakabahan sa presentation. People who know me know when I'm nervous. Some people say na I get away with it, hindi nila napapansin or hindi naman nakahalata. Pero the people who know me best know that. Sometimes my voice would shake, ganun. Pero may mga days na it's good. Pero the next day, after that, bigla na lang ako nagbabuckle or bigla na lang nabubulol ako kapag nagsispeak ako. Or sometimes I even have to take a breath before I go on. There was a situation sa isang live review event sa Team Laika na meron talagang someone in the front row na nag-raise ng hand. Tapos sabi niya sa akin, "Ma'am, hinga ka lang muna." Kasi sobrang nervous ako. And because sinabi niya yon, I did it. And I tried to pick up from where I left off. So it really may never go away. So I think instead of us thinking about the idea of fighting anxiety or fight versus flight as something na one-time thing, I will fight my anxiety and then it'll be gone forever. Instead of that, we think about faking it versus forging on. And hopefully we choose to forge on instead of just faking it every time. That is how growth happens eh. Now, babalik ako sa analogy ng forging on and how we are being forged then as a weapon. The beauty of that is, eventually, diba, that whole bar ng steel or iron will turn into the weapon that it was supposed to be. And then eventually, diba, hindi na kailangan na i-subject dun sa fire para ma-mold uli. It'll just cut clean. Hindi niya na kailangan ma-hammer na paulit-ulit. Maybe it'll get to that point. But even if hindi, you can rest assured dun sa fact na it's a process. And you are improving with every blow. With every heavy blow and hit ng anxiety sa buhay mo, you are being shaped into a finer piece of metal. And that's the bit of peace that I have right now. Na even if for the past few weeks I've been unable to keep up with the number of videos na gusto ko sanang gawin for you, even if I have to shoot videos with 20 takes, na dati kaya ko na isang upo lang magagawa ko na lahat. I'm trying to forge on. So it's not about faking it. I'm just trying to forge on. I'm trying to live with my anxiety. Yeah, so I'm sharing this knowing din, again, di naman lahat diagnosed with social anxiety or anxiety disorder. Hindi naman lahat nandun sa level na yon. But I do know that even the most, sabihin natin, air quotes, normal person go through bouts with anxiety. And I'm hoping that this conversation helped you sort through the feelings, at least define what is fear and anxiety. Ano ba yung effect ng fight versus flight, and how flying all the time or avoiding everything isn't or may not be the best solution for you. And when you do decide to fight, it's not a one-time thing. It's a constant struggle to not just fake it, but to forge on with it. Hindi despite it. Hindi in spite of it. Hindi because of it. Hindi rin, no? But it's just living with anxiety. And then hopefully, di ba, hindi na siya magiging malaking hadlang sa kung sino ka dapat maging. Because one of the goals naman when I started this particular podcast, and kung bakit uncompromisable siya sa akin, sinabi ko talaga sa Podcast Network Asia, sinabi ko talaga kay Zandy na I wanted this podcast to happen. It's really because I wanted people to know what goes on behind the scenes. Na hindi ako perfect. I'm far from perfect. I may come off as a confident individual, but the truth is I'm not always like that. And the fact that I'm not supposed to be the speaker, or I'm not supposed to be successful in this way, kasi nga I'm the furthest from someone that a person would call talented or born to do this, no? Hindi ako ganun eh. I'm encouraging you na kung sino ka man, I may not know you personally, but kung sino ka man, if feeling mo may mga hindi ka kayang gawin because hindi ka number one sa bagay na yun, hindi naman requirement maging perfect. If I'm living with anxiety, living with dysthymia, going through a lot of unpacking ng aking past experiences, ng aking struggles, and I'm still able to do this for you, I'm still able to produce educational content, I'm still able to help people through the talks I give or through the videos I make, then you, my dear friend, whomever you may be, can also do something like that. It may not be in the same scale, diba? It may be yung circle lang ng people immediately around you. It may be in a different scale, as in bigger than me or than I could ever do in my life. But I just want you to believe that it's possible. Because if it happened to me, it could happen to you. I used to tell this sa mga friends ko before. And I hope even if you're not a believer or you're not a Christian, you don't get offended. But I tell them, we serve the same God, right? You believe in the same God, right? So the God who enabled me to be like this and who allowed me to help people and reach people and teach people is the same God who can do the same for you. So at least, diba, rest in that thought, rest in that reality. And yan muna for now. If you want more conversations about this, some more private conversations, we have the Trying Hard Podcast community on Facebook. Go ahead and look for that. Trying Hard Podcast community. It's a Facebook group for tryhards who listen to this podcast. That is where you can share your story or request topics na pag-uusapan natin next. This particular topic was requested by someone sa group na yon. So they reached out to me and said na yun nga, they were also diagnosed with anxiety and they don't know where to start. So that is why I'm making this podcast episode, and I'm hoping na mas marami tayong matulungan through that. So again, go and check that out on Facebook. Please follow this podcast if you want more. Marami pa tayong pag-uusapan sa susunod. More deep dives into yung struggles, triumphs, and everything else in between. And as we always say in this podcast, wag ka sana kayo matakot. Diba? I hope that you live with your anxiety, live with your struggles, live with the challenges, but not live in it. Not get too overwhelmed by it. Dream big, work hard, start now, and don't be afraid to be called trying hard. I'll talk to you next time.